Hey guys, it's Fayon here today, and we're going to go through a follow-along movement class. So I thought hard and deep about this as to what to present, and I'm going to run through a mix of things. So we're going to start with the spine, then move on to the shoulders, and then to the lower body. In each of these three sections, I'm going to be presenting some tools which hopefully give you new awareness to new ways of moving. So that's the way it will be structured. We'll start off basic, we'll then add a few more layers on top so that you can explore your movement capacity. And then at the end, we're going to put it all together into a more free flow so that you can practice these new patterns that you learn during this session into a more task-based environment. So I'm really excited to share this one with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy, and we're going to get started now with the spine. So with the spine, we're going to start by bringing our awareness to this point of our sternum. So this is where the bottom of your ribs, they kind of run down like this, and then in this middle point, that's the sternum. And so what I want you guys to do is just to bring your hands to this point. So feel and become aware, going, ooh, I have this bony part protrusion here, which is quite interesting. And what we're going to do is start moving our spine back and forth, concentrating on this point as if there is a string moving you to the front, and then at the back moving you to the back. So it's like this pull and this pull effect from the front and the back. So I'll demonstrate it here. So what we want to do is we'll keep our hips fixed. So I don't want this sort of front and back sort of movement. We'll just keep them fixed as much as possible. We can put our 2 pointers just to where our sternum is, and then we're going to imagine like the sternum is being pulled to the front and then pulled to the back. Notice how my hips are staying still as I'm pulled to the front and to the back. And so you can just start off slowly at first, and then as you get better and more aware, then you can start integrating more and more motion. So we're going to do this together now. We'll do this for a couple of minutes, and I just want you to start bringing awareness to how you can move your spine forward and backwards, just concentrating on this area. So let's do it. So put 2 of your fingers to the base of your sternum, and then now you're going to move forward and backwards, keeping your hips fixed. You can just start just small movements. Just keep your breathing nice, smooth and light. Become aware of how you can flex and extend your spine. Isn't it amazing how you can do such a thing? Feel how this moves the pressure through your feet, a bit backwards and forwards as your weight center also shifts. And we're just going to keep on going forward and backward. It's okay to pull your shoulders back and round your shoulders when you come in. From the front, it's looking like this. Just having your fingers lightly touch to give yourself the awareness of that point. Keep on going. Let's do 10 more front and back. Five more. You can slow it down as well, or you can do it faster if you're starting to really connect with that spot. 3, 2, 1. Nice. So now you've given this great awareness around this region of the sternum. So the next layer we're going to be playing around with, still involving the spine. We're going to keep our awareness and focus on this base of the sternum, but now we're going to incorporate the scapula into the spinal movement. So what do I mean by that? So we're moving our spine front and back, and whilst you're doing that, you probably realized that you're kind of spreading your shoulders and then also pulling your shoulders back. So now we're going to really exaggerate that movement, and what you may find is that you can go a bit further as you go to the front and the back. So what I mean, so what we're going to do is the same thing, which keeping our hips fixed. We're then going to spread and open our shoulder blades so that we pinch them back and down, still keeping awareness to the sternum as if it's being pulled to the front. And then the reverse is bringing these hands down, these elbows, bring them to your waistline, still thinking like your sternum is being pulled back, spreading your shoulder blades as much as possible, down, and then open again. So a couple more times. I open and then close. Then open and then close. Open, being pulled to the front, and then close, pulling that base of the sternum where the spine vertebrae is to the back. So we're going to do this for the next couple of minutes once again, now incorporating the scapula with the spine. So let's go. Open, bring the elbows in to the navel. Open, bring it in again. And I'll leave it to you guys now. Each time trying to push that base of the sternum forwards and backwards even further. Open up. Might hear a few clicks, few cracks as you open your spine up. Just notice everything that's happening. Feel how your shoulder blades move against the ribs. Let's do 10 more. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Nice. So now you might have noticed, other than maybe your shoulders starting to work out, how your shoulder blades work in accordance with your spine and how they can help initiate greater movement versus if you were just to isolate it with the spine. So that's another thing, or another layer that you guys can play around with when thinking about spinal movement, is also how does my shoulder blade work in conjunction with the spine to help create movement. Next up, we're going to do some standing cat-cows. So you might have heard of cat-cows from yoga, especially done on the floor. Now we're going to play around with a similar type of movement, which is that flexion and extension pattern, but in a standing form. So I'll demonstrate here. We're still going to keep our focus around this base of the sternum. And what we're going to do is, from standing, I'm going to curl my spine by starting off with my neck into, so I tuck my chin, and then round my shoulders, such as that pattern that we were doing before, bringing in that sternum as if it's being pulled back. But I keep on going this time, so I keep on trying to reach my head to the floor until it's about at hip height. And then I'm going to reverse the pattern by reaching my neck up and then trying to push my chest out as if my sternum is being pulled to the front, coming up, and then back to standing. So once more again, I am coming down into this flex position, so curling my spine, coming down to about my hips, reversing the movement, and then coming back up. Again, we want to bring awareness by thinking of the sternum flexing and extending as we do it. So we're going to practice this now for another couple of minutes. See how many reps you can get in, see if you can get that coordination, and just follow along with me. So let's get started. Flex down, stop at the hips, extend, come back up, look up to the sky, flex down again, open the chest up, come back up, keeping that awareness on the sternum, bringing focus as to what that part of the spine is doing. As you flex and extend the spine. Come down again. Flex, extend. If you're starting to get the hang of that, you can go a bit lower as well. So you can flex, curl all the way down to where you can go, then extend and come all the way back up. So a full flex, curl, then extend, opening your chest, opening your sternum, as if it's being pulled to the front and up, and then reversing, it's being pulled back and down. Let's do 4 more. Two more. Last one. Nice, so that's the standing cat-cow with a focus on what the sternum is doing. So we just focused on this one point today, but think of this exercise as something where you can move the focus to another part of the spine as well. And so you could do any of these movements, maybe thinking about it where your belly button is, or at the top of the chest, or even at the base of the skull. And then you can realize, oh, how does that change the movement? Just by playing with your awareness and your focus as to where you're putting that can change the experience entirely. So hope you guys enjoyed that one. And now we're going to move on to the shoulders.